Hi, today I have with me Dan Fleischman, who is, interestingly enough, the youngest person to take a company public in history several years ago. And also, so I'm not saying you're not young anymore, but you're still young. But in addition to that, he's also the authority on influencer marketing. He's one of the pioneers in the industry. He's also been an advisor to the company for 7-8 years now, potentially, a long time, and heavily involved in influencer marketing with us as well. How are you, Dan?
Fantastic.
That's good. Hey, Dan, I just happened to just surprisingly walk in our office and heard about me on this. So I just wanted to talk to the audience a little bit about the importance of, first of all, the importance of influencer marketing and how you've seen it change the world, specifically in commerce here, and also maybe talk about the importance of self-serve platforms and reposting content.
Sure. So influencer marketing has been fascinating because I've been doing it since the beginning. And to watch people spend money on TV, radio, billboards, things that we don't watch. Like, I haven't watched a TV episode in years. If I do, what do? I fast forward it. And so it's fascinating to see how many people still spend so much money on TV, radio, billboard when the user is watching everything on their phone. So it's just been a phenomenon. Watching some of these brands go from zero to hundreds of millions in revenue strictly off social media marketing. For me, it's just, whether it's a hair vitamin, a tea product, a clothing brand, etc., mobile apps, they're all able to scale so quickly, and you don't have to wait 3 to 6 months to see if that TV ad or billboard came out. You can see your social media post today and get your screenshots tomorrow. It's fascinating to be able to see statistics right away.
That's awesome. How important do you feel self-serve platforms are in the space? I mean, considering there's so much, when we kind of came into this, it was a lot of chaos with spreadsheets and direct messages and text messages, and it felt like fax machine kind of world, and it's
I call it caveman style.
Right, it's still kind of operating a little bit like that, right?
It still is.
Yeah.
I mean, I see so many companies that they do a screenshot and they write it down and they type it out and that's their report.
Right.
So to have something like what you guys have built is just so rare. That's so unique. Because so much of it is still, people are just now starting to get these things, and you guys have been doing it for years, so you have a huge advantage.
Thank you. Awesome. So as far as the repost content world from a micro influencer perspective, what's your feeling about the importance of that versus, a lot of brands are choosing the bigger influencer route and kind of ignoring the micro influencers. How do you feel about both sides?
So the micro influencers can actually convert even better than somebody with 1 million followers, somebody with 58,000 followers. It's weird to think about because you think about just sheer numbers. Like, oh, she has 58,000, he has 1 million. But her 58,000 care about pillows or care about lipstick or care about whatever she cares about. So when she posts about pillows or lipstick, they want it, right?
Yeah.
When the person with 1 million followers, it's really hard to be targeted for 1 million followers, right? Only a portion of it's targeted. So a lot of those people are just following you because you look cute, you work out cool, you do something, or you're funny. So the engagement is just different. So somebody with 58,000 to 1 million, this person could crush it compared to this person.
So that's fantastic. I think what it is engagement proportional to their following, right? So we're finding we have a beauty blogger that's got 36 or 38% engagement.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so
to put that in context, most influencers have 1 to 3%.
We paid her $3,500 for a post. She generated $15,000 in revenue in the first 24 hours for one of our beauty brands. It's pretty strong, right? So and she doesn't have that many followers, but the engagement's much stronger. So I think that we see real numbers, and we think that there's a huge amount of opportunity. Now you've been involved in marketing forever.
Right.
So out of all the types of marketing you are a part of, what proportion is your influencer world?
I mean, that's the majority. It's not that I'm against TV, radio, billboard, and other things. It's just social media marketing is so fast, it's so direct, it's so affordable in relativity to the CPM rates of TV, radio, and billboard type things. So I'm so all in on social media. It's night and day.
Yeah, and so I think I kind of threw a question at you. I think, is it 100%?
Basically.
Yeah. I knew you'd say that. That's why I said that. As far as the growth of social media, well, so when we talk about social media marketing, we know that there's social ad buying, which is Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, etc. And from that perspective, I know that world is very active as well, but I think this is kind of like the digital underground, right? The stuff that you're involved in is a cutting edge world of marketing, whatever it is at the moment. Right now it happens to be influencer marketing. How much of your budgets are used on social media ad buying versus influencer marketing?
So what we like to do is when somebody, let's say Kylie Jenner posts something, we then like to spend a portion of the budget or half the budget or to target her audience.
Sure.
And retarget them and show them over and over until we get them to take an action. So it depends. When it's somebody medium and big size, or especially if the brand is medium to large, then they get it. The smaller to mid-sized brands, they're doing that less.
Yeah.
So if it's a household name company and they're spending $1 million, well, they're going to spend $250 to $500 of it specifically on retargeting ads and following up with those customers. Most of the smaller brands are just, if they have $100,000, they're spending the whole $100,000 on just having the influencers.
Yep. Nice. As far as some of the influencers that you work with now, who are some of the big names?
I mean, the biggest names are the Kardashians, just because the sheer mass scale that they have.
Yeah.
And I've worked with them for so many years on so many different products. Every client reorders over and over because it just works.
Sure.
But that's just sheer math.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if somebody has 100 million followers, you don't need a big percentage of 100 million to do something to make it, right?
What do those posts cost?
They're in the six figures. It depends, between 200 and 500,000, depending on who they
post,
are.
for each post.
Yeah, depending on who they are and of the girls, and but they work.
Yeah.
I've never had a client not reorder.
Yeah.
Never.
That's right.
And it's been fascinating to watch them, but at the same time, the micro influencers and mid-size, those are my bread and butter. Those are my favorite.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Cool, Dan. I appreciate your time and thanks for stopping in.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thanks, audience.